Hi, in this session I will be discussing stock removal for outbound delivery. So basically we have been using an outbound delivery and doing the picking using a transfer order, but in this session we will discuss some of the important customization settings required for this entire end-to-end process to be executed seamlessly. So this is the session objective. If you are using a warehouse management in SAP R3, then picking always occurs using a transfer order. The objective of this session is to understand the important settings related to this picking. So we have seen so far in our examples that we have been using transfer orders from the delivery with reference to the delivery and then doing the picking and all the stuff. But when we look at the entire end-to-end scenario, we would be now focusing on the outbound delivery and the customization settings that are needed so that we are able to integrate the warehouse or the transfer order part, the WM part, to the delivery. So this is the content. We are going to look at stock removal using outbound delivery in detail. So this is a schematic representation of what we can say as the normal outbound cycle. So the process starts with a sales order, which is a reference for the delivery to be created. So we have the sales order created in SAP S&D, or Sales and Distribution menu. With respect to the sales order, a delivery is created, which is the outbound delivery. And with reference to this delivery, a transfer order is created for picking. Now, this transfer order is basically the work order for the warehouse. So with the transfer order, we are going to remove the stock from a specific storage type depending on the control that has been set up. So once the transfer order has been picked, then it needs to be confirmed. With confirming the transfer order, we are telling the system that from the warehouse part we are done, and then we do the goods issue such that the postings are done in inventory management. The goods issue is done in the delivery and the postings are done in the inventory management, and the stock is reduced. So this is the entire cycle, we can say, for an outbound process. So when we are doing this outbound process, the system would typically determine the storage location or the pick location in the delivery. Now, for the system to determine the pick location in the delivery, we need to have certain customizing settings in place. So what are these settings? We do this setting in customizing for shipping. So to start with, there is a prerequisite that the pick location determination should be activated for the corresponding delivery item category. After this activation, the system would start determining the pick location based on the following factors, that is the shipping point, the supplying plant, and the storage condition of the material. The storage condition is maintained in the material master plant general storage data one view. So basically we maintain a configuration which has a combination of the shipping point, the supply point, and the storage condition, and based on this combination, the pick location or the storage location from which the material is to be picked is determined by the system. So let us have a closer look at the item category config. What check is exactly required, and then we'll have a look at the combination of shipping point, supplying plant, and storage condition of the material. So here I am in the material master for material 3127. We're just checking the general plant storage one data. For plant 1000, a storage location 1000. We have a storage condition maintained as blank. So if we don't maintain anything, the system considers this as blank, and a combination of plant, shipping point, and storage condition, which is blank, or blank storage condition, is also valid to determine a pick location. So after the material master, let us check the item categories for the deliveries. we will focus on the item category TAN. So we have to have this determine storage location checkbox ticked, and also to be able to pick for this particular delivery, we need to have relevant for picking indicator checked. So this indicator is needed for pick location determination, and this check is required for the system to go ahead and do the picking via the transfer order. Next, we need to maintain, as we discussed, the combination for plant, shipping point, and the storage condition. So we maintain it here in logistic execution, shipping, picking, determine picking location, assign picking locations. So in this place, we need to maintain the shipping point, the plant, and the storage condition, whatever it may be for our specific material. So here we can see that we have maintained a combination for plant, shipping point, and storage location 1000 with storage condition 3127. So with this combination maintained, whenever we are creating a delivery with reference to a sales order or even otherwise, the system should determine the storage location or the pick location due to this combination. So let us create a scenario with this combination already in place. So here I am having a standard order for 3127, quantity 25, and the plant is 1000. Next, I'm trying to create an outbound delivery that refers to the order. If you check the picking tab, we can see that the storage location has been determined due to the combination that we have maintained. Also, because this item category is relevant for picking, you would see these additional tabs, checkboxes over here with the picking status given. So as we progress with creation of the transfer order and picking, these status will progressively change. Once we have completely picked, it would become C. So I will try to create a transfer order. I'll create in the background and save. So we have a transfer order created for delivery 800169997. So additionally, as we have come till the creation of transfer order, and if you have so far not confirmed the transfer order, in case you would want to delete this transfer order, you can use a transaction LT15 to cancel this transfer order. This cancellation of a transfer order is possible only in case your transfer order is not yet confirmed. So I have cancelled the transfer order. Let us see the delivery. It would be in the original status A and A. Also, you can see in the document flow the transfer order document that was created, and it would show us completed. But this completed, if you check, you can make out that this was deleted. So for the system in SAP, even this, if this is cancelled, this would be shown as completed. The only difference is that the target quantity, the actual quantity, would show you that there was no transaction, or there was a cancellation or a deletion. You can make out from this dustbin icon. So this was just additional info of how to cancel a transfer order. So we have seen the necessary customization settings needed for stock removal for an outbound delivery. So this is basically how it integrates with WM, and this is what we need to do so that the outbound delivery could seamlessly be taken ahead and could be picked with transfer orders. The transfer orders, once confirmed, will allow us to PGI the outbound delivery. Let's quickly see this in the system. I have an outbound delivery and I will process it to create a transfer order, and this time I will confirm the transfer order and I will post goods issue the delivery. So here we have this transfer order created, and we can see the status of the delivery, the picking status. The status is fully picked, but the overall WM status is open transfer order item. You can see the transfer order here, and it says that it has been created and it is open. So now let us confirm the transfer order. Okay, before confirming the transfer order, we also need to see the goods movement data. The total goods movement is not yet started. Once we do a PGI, this would be started. Goods movement is A, and WM status is B. Let us try to confirm the transfer order and then do a PGI. We confirm the transfer order in LT12, and before confirming a transfer order, let us say that we have to confirm it with some differences. So for example, if the delivery is for 25 and we picked the items but they were only 20 in number. So this is the tick for confirming with a difference. So once I include the tick in the checkbox, it would allow me to put in the differences. Why I am trying to include this scenario here is that we will see how the system then adopts this difference quantity into the delivery quantity. So let us see. We will input the actual quantity as 25 and the difference 20 and the difference quantity as 5. Here we have some options. Enter difference quantities manually. Difference quantity is difference between actual and the target quantity. Actual quantity is balance of target quantity and difference quantity, and target quantity is equal to actual quantity. So I am entering the difference quantities manually, so selecting it as blank. And in case if you land up on this screen and then there is no difference, then you can enter an X and put a 25 over here without a difference this way. But right now I'm putting the difference quantity manually and try to confirm this. So this is the difference quantity, and this difference quantity will go to storage type 999 in storage bin, which is the same as the transfer order number. So further in 999 we need to process this as a write-off of inventory quantity. But the important thing here is that once you have maintained a difference over here and you have picked only 20, then the system must adapt this quantity 20 as the delivered quantity, and 5 quantity should remain in the remain open for next delivery to be created. So this is an important part in delivery, and this is managed via a setting in the shipping control. So I just wanted to demonstrate that particular shipping control setup. I will show it just after confirming this. So I'm confirming this with a difference, and we will see in delivery how this is adapted. So transfer order is confirmed. Problems on GR goods issue for delivery. So basically this particular error was because the system is trying to post a goods issue automatically in the background. I will just hold this, I'll freeze the screen and show you the setting, how the system is trying to process this in the background because of the setting that we have done in an earlier session in the shipping control. So this is SPRO logistics execution shipping. Logistics execution, warehouse management, interface, shipping, and define shipping control. So here, if you remember, we had set up the shipping control for our warehouse for movement type 601 as 2. Now what will this particular control do is that it will copy the quantity as delivery quantity and post GR or GI. If you set it blank, then the system does not copy the WM quantity as the delivery quantity. So why this is important? Why the system should copy the WM quantity as delivery quantity and post GR, GI? So posting of GR and GI is fine, but why should system copy this WM quantity as delivery quantity? So as you saw right now, we posted a difference for the delivery quantity. So the delivery quantity was 25 and we confirmed, or we could find only 20 in the bin. So we had to confirm the transfer order. We couldn't, we cannot keep the transfer order open or try to search for the items elsewhere, because the warehouse user has to complete the transfer orders as soon as possible. So he would confirm the transfer order with a difference, and that particular quantity 20 is going to be carried to the delivery. So if the delivery is now for 20 quantity, it means that the sales order, which was for 25, is now still open for 5 quantity. So in the next run for creating of deliveries, these 5 quantity, this would be converted into a delivery, and once again the same process of creating a transfer order and picking can take place. So if this particular setting is not there, the system is going to mark the delivery complete, and you will not get a chance to create another delivery for the open quantity, because the system will not show this quantity as open. So let us go back to where we stopped. So we are back here. So ideally, when we confirm the transfer order, the goods issue should have been done in the delivery automatically because of our setting. Now that we see that the goods issue is showing some problems, we can assume that the problem is due to material document posting. So to find such problems, we can always go to VL02N and try to do the posting manually. Ideally, if you are doing the TO confirmation and the setting for shipping control is 2, you would see this as blank, because this goods posting would happen automatically in the background. So when this was happening in the background, the system did not allow the goods posting to happen, and probably this is because the periods are not open for this particular time frame. So let us try to post it manually so that you could see the error in the front end. So you are getting an error, posting only possible. So as I said, such errors are important to understand. That's why we do it manually in the foreground. So the error was in posting periods, and if these posting periods were already closed and a new period was open, then you wouldn't see this error. So in a way it was good that this error came up, because sometimes we do not understand why it is not posting, and we fail to check in the foreground. So this is one tip, that whenever you have set the shipping control to 2 and you expect the GI to happen in the background, this should be the way if there is an error. Sometimes it so happens that you are doing the post goods issue from the shipment by setting up a shipping profile. Even that is possible, but then such errors would come up, and they happen in the background, and the goods post goods issue do not happen, and we need to troubleshoot why exactly, what was the problem. So many a times this is the problem, and you can now close the periods and open a new period, and the post goods issue would happen. Let us see it immediately in the system. You might be aware the transaction for opening a new period is MMPV. This is on the MM side. The company code in focus now is 1000, and to open a new period and change, close the previous period, I would simply choose the date and execute with check and close periods option open selected. So the periods are closed and a new period is open. Now let us try to post this. So here the goods movement data, once you do a PGI, this should be C, and from the warehouse point, now this is C. So I now do a PGI. You can see the delivery quantity as 20. This was actually I was trying to mention. This has been adopted from the transfer order quantity. And because this is now 20, the sales order, which is for 25, is open for 5 quantities. So the setting in the shipping control is important for this reason. So one, it would make the delivery adopt the quantity in the transfer order, and 2, it would do an automatic PGI. So the delivery has been saved and the PGI has been done. We can check. Now this is in grayed out. So had there been no period closing issue, this would have been grayed out immediately after the transfer order confirmation, and you can see that the total goods movement status is C. So with this, we have C is to be set up in the item category, respective item category. Then we need to have a combination of shipping point, supply plan, and storage condition of the material maintained. Additionally, we also saw the use of shipping control configuration in making the delivery adopt the transfer order picking quantity. So whenever you are confirming a transfer order with differences, then it is important that the quantity that you confirm should be adopted in the delivery, so that in the next run of the sales orders, the delivery would be created for the open sales order quantity.